What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the garage. So yesterday, I got an email from Harbor Freight advertising the titanium Flux 125 welder on sale for $169.99. That's a really great price on that welder. I bought mine for $209 last year. It is $214.99 currently when it's not on sale. So that's about 40 bucks off, $45 off on that machine. And it's a giant liquidation sale, so that piqued my curiosity, and I looked into this sale a little bit further. I thought maybe they were discontinuing the titanium line and some other things to bring in a new line, and I wanted to see what that was all about. So we're going to take a look at that here in a second. So you can see here you've got the giant liquidation sale, making room for new items, 1 week only, July 25th, which was yesterday, through July 31st. Now the first thing that caught my attention was that if it's a giant liquidation sale, why is it only 1 week? Typically for a liquidation sale, you're trying to get rid of inventory that you either have too much of or things that you aren't going to sell anymore. Typically those types of sales are longer, and as you go on in time, often the discounts get larger so that they can clear out the inventory. So that was the first flag on this ad for me. And this ad is no coupons, no inside track club. The only thing that requires an inside track club is if you go to your store and you want to buy anything on clearance in the store to get the 40% off if you're an inside track club member. Everyone else would get 30% off, and that's only in-store clearance items, not online. So if we go take a look at this ad, the second red flag to me that this wasn't truly a liquidation sale is the fact that there are a bunch of new flags on products that are in this ad. So here you got a couple Bauer tools that are flagged as new, 10% off. So that's only $5 off in the first place. Couple winches from Badlander in this ad. Admiral table saws in this ad. All of them flagged with new. Then you've got a top pick for a Badlands winch, which typically wouldn't be something they'd want to liquidate if it's a good seller at regular price. So the only other titanium thing in this ad besides the Flux 125 is this unlimited 200. It's only 70 off. Now for a liquidation sale, I would expect to see more than 10% off. This isn't even 10%. And you've got some hand tools. You've got a lot of these little knick-knack and battery type things going on. Couple toolboxes and carts. Nothing that's a big discount though. It's all like $30 off. Once again, not even 10%. So you'd be better off waiting for a 20% coupon to buy one of these. And if you look in here, even this ad's like 4 pages long. A lot of it is some items duplicated, like these Earthquake XT composite impact wrenches are in here like 4 or 5 times. It's just each different color is on sale. So my thoughts on this are that it is a sale that doesn't require coupons or inside track club membership to take advantage of, and it's just a way to get people in the store. It's a good way of marketing the sale to get people in the store that otherwise may not come because they don't have inside track. So that's my thoughts on this particular ad. At first I thought maybe we were going to get rid of the Chicago Electric tools since there's some other lines above that. That's not the case, as we'll see here in a minute. But overall, there's a lot of stuff in this ad that is relatively new to Harbor Freight and some of their higher end line that it doesn't make sense to be liquidating. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember when these gold plated ratchets, you couldn't even find one in a store, and they've got it in this ad at 7% off. So I don't truly believe this was ever intended to be a liquidation. I think it's more marketing and hype to get you in the door, which that's what an ad's designed to do. But whether you think it's right or wrong is another story to label it as a giant liquidation sale. Now, I'm sure some things in this ad are not going to be carried by Harbor Freight in the future. They're always revamping lines and bringing out new things and replacing things. So I'm sure that some items in this ad truly will be liquidated and not brought back in. But all of this ad, I don't see that happening. A lot of this stuff isn't even as good as the coupon sales were. So take that with a grain of salt. Now, the other interesting thing is that if you go back to the home page and go to the new tools section here, you're going to see a couple of things. You've got icon lights coming out, 2100 lumens, magnetic rechargeable, 50 bucks. You've also got the same or similar style light coming out in brawn 750 lumens rechargeable magnetic for $20 less. So they're bringing out some new things and rebranding them at different price points with different specs. Got a lot of Bauer tool carrying stuff coming out, pouches and bags. This I kind of had a good laugh at. I don't know what the discussion around this Chicago electric plasma cutter was, but it couldn't have been anything good. $400 for a 20 amp contact plasma cutter is just insane these days. You can go on Amazon, spend $200 and get a 45 amp no touch plasma cutter and be able to cut metal at up to half an inch. This can only cut quarter inch at a clean cut, and it's still a contact machine. So I don't know who's buying this. I don't know what the market is for this, but definitely not something I would recommend buying at this point with everything else available on Amazon. Another thing that I don't think they're going to hit their mark on in this new tool section is going to be the consumables like sandpaper and abrasives. We're going to look here on this next page. You've got Hercules branded flap discs at $9 each. I don't know who's going to Harbor Freight and paying $9 a piece for flap discs, but it's not me. For $9 a piece, you can get, I mean, the 3M Cubitron 2s, as you can see here, which is a very good flap disc. If you buy 10 at a time, you can get them for $88, $89 a 10 pack. That brings them to $8.90 a piece, and that's one of the best flap discs you could buy. So I don't know who's going to Harbor Freight and buying Hercules flap discs at $9 a piece. I don't think you're going to see your professionals going there and buying them, because they're going to be getting them from places that stock them at their fab shops. I don't think you're going to see cabinet makers and carpenters and fine woodworkers going to Harbor Freight and buying Hercules branded sandpaper. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think you're going to have your one-time one project guy spending $9 on a Hercules flap disc. They're going to want the $3 flap disc, and they're going to buy a couple of them and think they're getting a better deal. Whether that's true or not, I haven't tried these, I don't know. But I buy Benchmark abrasives flap discs for about $24 for a 10 pack. So that's $2.50 a piece, and they last me quite a while. And I find them a fantastic value and performance to price mark. I don't know that you would get that with these Hercules flap discs. It just seems extremely expensive for Harbor Freight. And I don't want this to sound like I'm bashing on Harbor Freight. They have their place. I have several Harbor Freight tools myself. I think Harbor Freight is a great place for beginners and DIYers and tools that you're not going to use very often. And I think if you get into their mid-level, you have a good performance to price ratio and a good value. I don't think that their professional lines of tools are as good of a value as they used to be, because you're getting extremely close to those brand name prices without that brand name support and product line to go with it. So I don't know that that's going to work out well for them. And if it were me and I was looking for, professional tools to go to my job or do contracting work, I don't think I would be going to Harbor Freight and buying those tools, just because Harbor Freights aren't as plentiful as Home Depot's in most places. Or, DeWalt, you can buy at a lot of the farm supply stores. And same with Milwaukee. You can go to Ace Hardware. There's a lot more places to get those tools than one store, depending on brand. So I don't think Harbor Freight trying to enter that market is going to work as well as they may think it will. Nor do I think that Harbor Freight is ever going to have this, professional level opinion of many people. Harbor Freight's been the discount store for too long at this point to try and reinvent themselves into something else. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree with the way this sale's labeled? Do you not agree? Do you have any input on what you think they're trying to accomplish or where they're going? Me personally, I think they're having a hard time with the inside track sales and getting memberships. And especially with the way the economy and inflation's going right now, I don't think people are going to be spending that $30 or $40 to join the inside track club, only to be offered tools at a discount sometimes if it might be what they're looking for. So I think they're kind of getting some flack and some bad feedback over these sales and maybe not hitting their numbers. I could be wrong. That's just what I'm seeing from my point of view, and that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Live streams are Sunday nights at 6:30 Central Time. If you want some more videos, check out this one on rigid tools or this one on flux versus stick welding.